Back over in the kitchen with Robbie Delaney, executive chef from the Virginia Aquarium, and he's here to get us pumped up about the 2014 Sensible Seafood Festival. Chef, welcome back to the show.
How are you? Thank you very much.
All right, tilefish.
Yes, a golden tilefish is mainly harvested in the northeast Atlantic, anywhere in between 200 foot and 2,000 foot. Back in the 80s, it was starting to decline, but the management has put in protection on it, regulating the harvest and all that, and it has rebounded, so it is somewhat of a sustainable fish.
I like it, and that's what we're cooking today, along with a few little sides. You're going to kind of jazz it up a little bit, and then we'll talk all about this big festival, which has everything to do with seafood, hence the Sensible Seafood Festival.
Absolutely.
All right, Chef, we'll get started when we come back. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Welcome back, everyone, in the kitchen with Robbie Delaney. He is the executive chef for the Virginia Aquarium, and he is here to get us pumped up about the 2014 Sensible Seafood Festival that is coming later on this month. But we are making this tilefish with a whole bunch of delicious and decadent sides.
Yes.
So tilefish, you were saying though, because I was you like the taste of it. It's a liking to.
It's a firm white fish, a little bit flaky. They eat crustaceans and shrimp, crabs. So they're a little bit sweeter, and some people have compared it to the taste of lobster meat.
I'm all on board. I'm all on board. All right, well, let's get started. What'd you bring with you today?
All right, we're going to first start the garlic cream on a medium heat. We want to keep an eye on the garlic, that way that it does not burn. And then once we get that, then we're going to do some cream, chicken stock, and half for the stone ground grits.
I love it.
Right.
Can't burn garlic because that doesn't.
Yeah, it gets really bitter. So yeah, we want to roast the garlic in the pan in a little bit of olive oil for a couple minutes.
Okay.
And then we will add some cream on low heat to that.
And which we have half and half in here.
Yes,
and
half and half chicken stock and heavy cream in here, and that's actually for the grits.
Okay.
It's going to be 1 part grits to 3 parts of liquid.
Do I need to stir?
Yes.
I can
Yeah,
stir
if you
for
want to go ahead and
Awesome.
stir that.
All right.
And I'll keep an eye on the garlic
Now
to
we've
make sure
had
that
several people come on and they're making grits, and then you always have that one person that's like, I've never had grits.
Oh.
So how would you describe a good grit? And then is this like stone ground grits?
This is stone ground. It's a heavier cut.
Grits.
It's a little bit thicker and has a better consistency to me.
Yeah.
And you always have to add heavy cream in order to give it the creaminess.
I like it.
Right.
Yeah. And the key is to continue stirring it.
Yep. Smell that garlic?
I smell the garlic all the way. You already had those cloves just marinating and hanging out.
So then I'm just going to add a little bit of heavy cream to this garlic, a little salt and pepper, and then turn the heat down on low and just set that aside and let that continue to cook.
I like it.
And the same with the grits. We are going to give that about 15 minutes.
Okay.
And again, occasionally stirring,
Kind of
just so it
thickens up.
doesn't, so it doesn't stick. And if it does get too thick, you can always add a little bit more liquid to that.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
All right. So while this is working, I'm going to take my tilefish and add a little bit of olive oil.
Now, how do you want to see? Do you oversee? I mean, I know a lot of people usually use light seasonings on fish. It just,
Yes.
or does it kind of depend
Yeah.
on your taste?
For most of my meats, I only use salt and pepper.
Okay.
You know, the meat that you're eating is what you actually want to taste. You don't want to cover
Yeah.
it up. So.
And slather it in seasonings. So is this a taste of what people are going to get at the festival? Tell me a little bit about that. It's in the 5th year. You said how many vendors again are going to be there?
We're looking about 23 to 25 local restaurants that are our sustainable seafood partners. There are going to be some other vendors as well. We're looking about 700 people. Everybody's going to be tasting foods from all the 23 plus restaurants.
Wow. So you're going to be busy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it's great to be able to give people a chance to, sample what you offer, and like you said, sustainable seafood, and being from this area, that's what it's all about.
Exactly. I mean, we definitely have to protect our, the food that we get.
And you've been at the Virginia Aquarium 8 years.
8 years, yes.
How do you like being over there?
It's the best job in the world.
Yeah.
You know, you get to hang out at the aquarium all day, every day. So.
And here's some pictures. I'm assuming this is from like last year, probably in years past, of the Seafood Festival. It's a great deal too. And so other vendors, it's just all seafood.
No, not completely.
Okay.
We have sustainability in general.
Oh, okay. So like fresh and all that.
Absolutely.
Okay, gotcha,
You know, we
gotcha.
do have farmers, and we have local restaurants and local shops around.
I like it. Oh, is that what it's supposed to look like?
Oh, absolutely. We're going
Bubbling
to turn
up.
it down.
And that's what has the garlic in it, right?
Yes, it's going to reduce and get thick to where eventually it'll stick to the back of the spoon.
Ah, okay.
We're making our sauce.
Well, this looks like a perfect place to stop. We still have the peas and the pepper jack, and then in the next segment, we'll get the tilefish in the pan and get frying.
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Chef.
Great, thank you.
Always have to police Chris. Hangs on the side of the kitchen, desperately wants to be in our shot. It's Robbie and I. Robbie Delaney, executive chef for the Virginia Aquarium, here to get us pumped up about the 2014 Sensible Seafood Festival, making, though, this golden tilefish, which you've been explaining. You've seasoned it, and now it's time to get it in the pan.
Yes, the garlic cream's been sitting. It's starting to thicken up. It's awesome.
I tasted that, yes.
We've got the grits, probably about another 5 minutes on that, and then we'll actually add pepper jack cheese to it.
Okay.
You know, and you can add as much as you want, depending on how cheesy, and I love it cheesy.
Well, I like
that's
you
a
all.
smile,
Yes,
right?
I knew I liked you for a reason.
So, and then, so now we're going to go ahead and heat up our saute pan and cook our tilefish.
Okay.
We just season it with salt and pepper. We're going to add a little bit of oil to our pan. And once the oil gets hot, we'll go ahead and add the fish.
So how hot do you want your pan for cooking, I guess, fish in general or tilefish? You know?
A medium high heat. You want to turn it to where you just start to see a little bit of smoke.
Okay.
Not too much because you don't want the oil to catch fire.
And is it better to cook fish in butter or oil?
Oil.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, butter's going to burn a little bit faster.
Gotcha.
You can use butter, but you want to cut it with a little bit of oil to help keep it from burning as fast.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then you can tilt the pan away from you. That way it doesn't splatter
Duh.
back up on you.
Yeah, because everybody's. But you've done this rodeo before.
Oh, yeah.
And then this will cook down, I'm sure,
Yes.
fairly fast.
So we're going to cook this about 4 minutes aside. We want to get some brown. And then what you do is when you go to grab any piece of meat while you're cooking it, grab a hold of it. And if it's sticking, give it another minute or so.
Okay.
And then it's going to sear and actually come off the pan, and then you can flip it.
Okay, so you don't need to be scraping
Yeah.
it off the bottom
Yep.
of the pan.
Yep.
Not a good thing.
All right. So that's there. We're
Okay.
going to bring up our water in the back. We're going to bring that to a boil, and then we're going to drop in the maypeas. It's not going to take but 2 minutes maybe at max. And then you always got to taste everything while you're making it.
You're right. He's like, taste this. I was like, okay, sure, I will. Well, while this is getting cooking, we want to hear more about the Virginia Aquarium, so let's bring in educator Karen Burns. Come on in, Karen. Good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell me about, this festival that's coming up, and then in general, the aquarium, too.
Okay, well, this is going to be our 5th annual Sensible Seafood Fest, and it will take place on May 22nd from 7 to 10 at the Virginia Aquarium. And this is an opportunity for our Sensible Seafood program partners to come out and showcase what they do at their restaurants. And as Robbie said earlier, we have about 25 partner restaurants and other business vendors locally that will be participating in this year's fest. So we are really excited.
Wow. And we're seeing some pictures right now on the screen, I'm sure, from years past. What's been, the turnout, he said like some 700 folks. That's amazing.
Yes, we have grown our attendance each year, of course, but about 700 folks come out each year to partake of the fabulous seafood offerings that our restaurants prepare. It's also an opportunity for these chefs to talk with the public because they're the ones that are behind their booths and they're preparing their food on the spot and they're serving and they're talking, and folks like Robbie can actually communicate with their audience.
That's great. And of course, for folks to get a chance to see the Virginia Aquarium, one of the places, if you live in the Hampton Roads area, you have to visit as well.
Right, and that's what's unique about our event is that the booths are set up throughout the whole aquarium. So folks not only get to taste great food and wine. Williamsburg Winery is our exclusive wine provider for the fest this year, but the booths are set up throughout the aquarium. So if you haven't been, this is a great opportunity to see all of our new exhibits and all of our great things that we have to offer.
I love it. All right, Karen, thank you so much for the
Thank you.
information. 2014 Sensible Seafood Festival is Thursday, May 22nd, 7 to 10, as you just heard. The Virginia Aquarium and Marine Science Center. Get your tickets today before they sell out. They're going to go fast. Find out more, visit virginiaaquarium.com/SSF or call 757-385-0300. All right, Chef, I'm going to leave you and go to the buzz while you finish up this dish. And at the very end, we will show the finished product and then taste it. I know your eyes just lit up like me, too.
Good stuff.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.